Hi everyone, this is Accounting Nightmare. Welcome to my third trailer analysis and news roundup video for DMC5. After the second one, I wasn't actually sure if I wanted to make another one because after the second one there was a bunch of leaks, a lot of info started getting out there, and I suddenly realised I didn't want to see that stuff anymore. So I wondered if I should make another one of these videos since there's stuff I have tried not to see and tried not to know. It is hard to avoid that stuff because people do tweet stuff at me, but I don't want to seek that stuff out. So I wondered if there was any point to making another analysis and speculation video. But TGS happened, a lot of stuff happened, and I kind of have a lot to say. I kind of want to talk about it, so that's what we're going to do. So yeah, again, I'm avoiding leaks the best I can, and I'm not. I won't be saying the contents of leaks here. So. Gosh, so much happened. There's controversies, there's tons of info. Why don't we start at the easy place, which is the trailer. This is the third official trailer for DMC5. It's the Dante trailer, finally, which we've been waiting for so long. So if you haven't seen this trailer yourself, I recommend you go watch it yourself, because I'm going to be pausing it all the time just to make little comments and point things out, so it's better if you watch it yourself first. So let's get into it. So right away we have Morrison and Dante in Dante's office. Morrison is the character from the anime. I haven't seen the anime in a very long time. I think he was sort of Dante's agent, helping him get jobs. I think that's the role he plays.
Devil may cry.
Dante sounded a little exhausted there, maybe just exasperated. Maybe he just had an argument with Morrison or something.
I got a gig. Cash up front. Cash up front. This I like. The water needs turning on and those toilets need flushing.
Right away we got some Dante gameplay here. Got some action. We've got Rebellion.
Cash up front.
We've got a trick move there, air trick.
This I like. The water needs turning on and those toilets need flushing.
So we've got the new gauntlet weapon. It looks inspired by Ifrit. It's not actually Ifrit. It's called Balrog. Looks like it's got a very different moveset from some of the stuff we've seen previously.
First come, first serve on the targets, Ron. Music to my ears. Hurry up, Dante!
Yep, Lady and Trish are back. Very good. Unlike here that Lady and Trish are actually hanging out while Dante's fighting. That's interesting.
Whoa, you are the infamous Dante. My grandmother is Nero Goldstein, the gunsmith that made all your fancy weapons.
Nico. Nico's great. I love how she's just kind of fangirling over him here.
You are the infamous Dante. My grandmother is Nero Goldstein, the gunsmith that made all your fancy weapons.
Yes, that's Nell Goldstein. I think she was from it was either a novel or a manga. But yeah, she made Dante's guns. With handguns at least. Lots of cool shotgun stuff happening here. We'll see more of that when we look at some more gameplay. And that's how Dante shaves. I love it. Great. So this looks like a reference to a Mega Scarecrow from 4, but it's actually a new enemy. It's a big lizard kind of thing that's got spikes all over its spine.
Guess I get to see it with my own eyes. Dante. I'm gonna go too. Which one wants
Okay, hang on. Nero, honey, this isn't your trailer. You had 2 trailers. This is Dante's trailer. Let him have a trailer. Get out! Nero's greedy. He's had a taste of the spotlight and he does not want to let it go. I guess Dante had little stingers at the end of his trailers, so Nero's popping in to say hi. This is one of his new taunts. Well, we saw it previously in the demo gameplay. A cool little taunt where he points out enemies. I don't think it's context sensitive, unfortunately. I think I saw it being used against like a single enemy and he still acted like he was pointing out multiple enemies. But it's still pretty cool. I like it. There's the drop kick, which we've seen that in previous gameplay as well from the Gamescom demo. We've seen some nice returning taunts for him. We have not seen the air guitar. Is the air guitar still here? I'm gonna have to assume no because we haven't seen it yet, so that's a shame. It's the best taunt. But he has some great taunts though. And yes, the drop kick. I love that this is back. The drop kick was called Rainbow. So this is a new Devil Breaker that they showed it at PAX. It was not revealed at the Gamescom stuff. So I believe this one's called Tomboy. It can be used to power up either Blue Rose or Red Queen. Here it's powering up Red Queen, doing some stronger exceeded attacks. Pretty cool. I'm not sure what to think of this because apparently it's so powerful that it's hard to control, and the way they implement that is that you can't actually lock on while you're using this. So I'm not sure what to think of this arm. I'll have to just try it out myself. I'm guessing it's like just for massive sweeping AoE damage. We'll have to see.
I've got all the power I need. Right here.
Okay, so that's a cool little part here. With well, first, 2 things. Well, first, it sounds like he's trying to convince Dante to bring him along. Sounds like Dante's trying not to bring him, wants to maybe protect him. And yeah, he wants to come along and prove himself to Dante. And yeah, secondly, that line, maybe that's just a coincidence, but I really don't think so. Yeah, I've got all the power I need right here. A nice callback to Virgil, who needs more power. Showing just how different he is to his father. Very cool, I love it. And so that's that's powering up Blue Rose using the Tomboy Devil Arm. It goes in this weird kind of over-the-shoulder aiming mode, like in Bayonetta. Not sure if I like that yet. I'll have to actually try it out in gameplay. It might be a little strange, but I can probably get used to it. Also, it looks really cool.
Hey, tough guy. That'll keep him, but not for long. Soldier Boy said city's gone to hell and back, taken over by the underworld.
That's another new Devil Breaker. That's the whip. I've forgotten what it's called. We'll find out soon.
Not just here, but everywhere.
Alright, back to Dante and his amazing new motorcycle weapon. So yeah, there's some moves where it's a motorcycle and then he turns into dual chainsaws. Oh, it looks amazing. Let's go back and watch that again. Yeah, I cannot wait to play this. And we've got a new boss. A lot of speculation about that boss. People thinking it was related to Alastor. It does have a lot of Alastor similarities here. Kind of like the lightning, you got the like some bat motifs here. But we actually found out the name of this boss is Cavalier and Yellow. That was revealed on one of the Capcom streams. The Devil Trigger looks pretty dang cool. This is transformation animation. Actually, people were wondering about this. Looks like there's a blast of energy that comes out of him. Does that mean that the DT explosion, the DT transformation flux move, is that back? We're wondering about that. I have mixed feelings about that. It's kind of a cool thing, but it was used in DMC3 DMD mode in a way I didn't really like. We don't know for sure though, so we'll have to find out more info on that later. Yeah, just the way like the armor kind of like folds back and becomes the wings. Oh, that's so cool. Look at his DT'd stinger. Yeah, so this part here looks like that folds back to become wings. Yeah, other than that, this design looks similar to his DMC4 design. His Devil Trigger design.
Hey, this is my gig. Leave Nero out of this. Jackpot.
Jackpot being used in an interesting scene here. He doesn't look triumphant like he usually looks when he's saying jackpot. There are lots of theories about that. Maybe he's reacting to Virgil showing up. Or there's another theory that maybe this is he's actually saying jackpot in a different scene and they just overdubbed it over this scene to hide where he's actually saying it. I don't know, either one of those could be true. They're both really interesting theories.
Jackpot. Meet your new client. He who desires but act not breeds pestilence. So it is written.
We've got our official reveal of the third playable character. Yes, he's confirmed to be the third playable character. Still a very mysterious character. So many tattoos. People wondering if the tattoos are connected to Nico. Got a cane. Got a book. Not really sure what to make of him. There's so little info on him so far.
He who desires but act not breeds pestilence. So it is written.
There you go.
Hey, I got a new arm for ya. Masterpiece. One of my finest.
The masterpiece. I love it. The Mega Man Buster.
Masterpiece. One of my finest.
It's a really great trailer. There's so many cool little scenes, so many cool little reveals in it. And there's the deluxe edition information, of which one of that Mega Buster is one of the 4 exclusive Devil Breaker weapons you get. I think I'll cover the deluxe edition more soon, I think, because there's something else I should probably talk about first, and that's and let me transition this scene. There you go. I should probably talk about one of the major controversies recently, which was Dante's theme. Well, hang on. Yeah, I was really excited to hear Dante's theme after Nero's was so amazing. It was so good. And then it just kind of appeared suddenly on Capcom's Devil May Cry channel. The music video for it. It's called Subhuman. It's by the band Suicide Silence. Well, it's also by Cody Matthew Johnson. There's a collaboration between them. Well, and here it is. This part's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm on board with this. Oh, no. No. Nope. It's apparently this, I don't know much about music genres, but apparently this is called deathcore. Well, I don't like deathcore as it turns out. It's a lot of screaming. Although I've seen I was looking at Reddit discussions and even people who like deathcore were saying they don't like this band. I don't know. But I don't like this kind of just screaming, singing. It's really not my thing. Yeah, it's just kind of hard to listen to. I was very disappointed with that theme. It It was kind of funny watching the reaction on YouTube. It started off with some likes, and then it went live like an hour before I was going to go to bed, and the dislike train just really picked up steam, and it had tons of dislikes by the time I went to bed. And then when I woke up the next morning, it was gone from their YouTube channel for for other reasons. But yeah, I'm pretty disappointed with this song. I like metal. I love guitars, but it turns out I don't like screaming metal. I love screaming guitars. I don't like constant screaming vocals though. It's a shame. Where's the part I like? Yeah, this part, I really like this part. But then, yeah, I'm gonna stop playing that now, sorry. Oh, yeah. So that song's out there. I'm just skipping around through it at the moment. If you want to hear it in full, you can go hear it on, it's on Spotify, I think. And there's probably a few other places it's on, maybe iTunes and stuff. But yeah, that was a big disappointment. It's pretty hated by the fan base as well. Yeah, it's just kind of... It's I don't mind when there's screaming vocals. I just like when they're built up to, you know, when there's like a scream part and then kind of like more normal singing. But when it's like screaming from start to finish, I'm not a fan. Yeah, and there's, well, the fan base went digging, as fan bases do. Well, this was apparently from the website of one of the, I don't know if it was Cody Matthew Johnson or Suicide Silence. This was apparently from one of the websites of the artists. They had a little bit on there that, well, it referred to Dante as foul-mouthed anti-hero. I did not see this with my own eyes. This is just a screenshot I saw, so I cannot confirm this personally. But yeah, if this is real, then yeah, maybe they wrote the song for the wrong Dante, for the reboot Dante. Dante is not foul-mouthed. Reboot Dante is foul-mouthed. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. It's also possible that just whoever makes this website, like whoever they've contracted out to do the website, didn't do the research when they wrote this little paragraph. So this might not mean anything, but it kind of explains a lot of things to me suddenly. The song's trying really hard to convince you how awesome it is. Yeah, I'm gonna stop ragging on the song now because there's something else that happened. Well, you see, Capcom have distanced themselves from this whole thing. So I can figure out. There we go. Yeah, this is an article from Waypoint. Yeah, apparently the lead singer was involved in some bad stuff. Some pretty bad stuff. Which he didn't fully deny. He denied some of it, but not all of it. But yeah, some gross stuff, pretty much. So Capcom's official statement is, the music was recorded for the game before the incident came to light, and we were unaware of the incident until now. However, as we are now aware of the current situation, Capcom has decided that moving forward, we will not further highlight the Dante battle theme for promotional purposes at this time. We are also currently evaluating what options are possible for the full game at this point, which is dependent on various factors, such as resources. What a burning trash fire this turned out to be. Oh, not only does the fanbase hate the song, but there's also questionable stuff involving the lead singer. So yeah, this is not Capcom promising to replace the song. It's them saying, you know, they're evaluating options. In some of the Dante gameplay I've seen, they've actually replaced the battle theme with Devil Trigger for now as a placeholder. And in some other footage I've seen, it still has the Dante theme. Yeah, depending on various factors such as resources. The main resource, I assume, would be time. Because this game's coming out in less than 6 months. And like there's a lot of little challenges involved in just slapping a new song in there, because the songs they get more layers and they change as the style rank goes up. It's not as easy as just slapping a new song in there. So, you know, we're hoping that they will get a new song or remix an old song or something. But we might end up with this song in the end. The song doesn't sound as bad in the actual gameplay, but I still think it doesn't suit Dante at all. And I don't really want this guy singing at me while I'm trying to play as cool Dante. Yeah, well, so there's that. Let's move on to something more interesting. How about the pre-order bonuses? So we'll go back to the YouTube video where they show us what these are. Well, not pre-order bonuses, the Deluxe Edition bonuses. There is a pre-order bonus, which is costumes. We'll look at those pretty soon, though. Yeah, so there's 4 exclusive Devil Breaker weapons. So this is kind of weird. Some of them, I suspect, are just reskins. But the Mega Buster seems pretty unique. The trailer for the Mega Buster is very good. Let's watch it together. It's really funny. Okay, so I am a huge Devil May Cry fan, and I'm a huge Mega Man fan, so this makes me very happy, this video. It's like this huge parody of Mega Man. Yeah, now it's said that camera angles have been altered for promotional purposes. This is not like some special little Mega Man sub mode or anything. This is just them really playing up that, hey, he's got the Mega Buster like Mega Man. This is actual gameplay though. Yeah, so it looks like the Mega Buster. It shoots weak attacks. You can charge it up and shoot strong attacks. It seems like it's an arm. I don't think it's a replacement for Blue Rose, so that makes this weapon kind of strange. I wonder if he actually has the death animation, or if that was just for the video. He does have a changed dodge to be more like a Mega Man slide, which you can see here. Yeah, it actually does like a Mega Man slide to the sides. That's very cool. That's part of this. And he has a Mega Man style jump, which we'll see again in a second. Yeah. Great. Yeah, that's his actual jump animation when he's got that equipped. Oh, it's fantastic. Weird situation though, since this is only in the what was that picture? This is only in the Deluxe Edition. It does seem pretty unique. It doesn't look like a reskin of anything else. I'm not really sure what to think of that. I'm wondering if this is just a jokey weapon, if it's not very good, or what. Maybe it is just like a jokey sort of thing, which I'll use for like 5 minutes and go, yeah, that was okay, and then I'll stop using it. But hopefully it's not actually really strong, because then you'd have to buy the Deluxe Edition. Let's go take a look at the Steam page. Yeah, where they lay out a lot of these Deluxe Edition bonuses. That's right, it's in the Deluxe Edition. Yeah, so the 4 arms, we've got the Mega Buster. Let's look at that. Recreates Mega Man's legendary Mega Buster, boasting a unique silhouette designed for long-range attacks. Equipping it activates special variations on the side roll and jump move. Yeah, so that's cool. Also, they misspelled language in all of these. They just copy pasted it, and it bothers me. Oh well. So that's the Mega Buster. Looks like maybe you can buy this separately on its own. It's listed as like $3, but at the moment it's only purchasable in the bundle. But you know, it's still months until the game comes out, so we don't know. It's just how Steam lists things sometimes. So the other three Devil Breakers, we've got well, the Pasta Breaker. It's great. It's great. A Devil Breaker that makes pasta extra easy to eat. Created by Nico for Clumsy Nero from Helter Skelter and Punchline parts. The revolving fork on the end is neat, but it's not particularly useful in battle. Created by Nico for Clumsy Nero. It's like they're really giving us fan fiction material here, aren't they? The Helter Skelter is it's a drill Devil Breaker, and Punchline is the rocket arm, which we'll have a quick look at those later. So I'm guessing this is just a reskin of the drill Devil Breaker. God, I'm gonna be saying Devil Arms all the time incorrectly. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm guessing this is just a reskin, but it's tough to tell. It might also. It says the revolving fork is neat, but not particularly useful in battle. It might just be a joke weapon, just to goof around. Yeah. Not sure. They haven't really shown actual gameplay of these things or anything like that. So speaking of fanfiction material, we've got the Sweet Surrender, which when I first saw a screenshot of the description, I thought it was made up, but it's real. Okay. A Devil Breaker created by Nico to relieve Kyrie's tension. Nero is too rough to do the job without hurting Kyrie, so this device is made of soft materials. Its vibration feature is especially effective at alleviating shoulder and hip pain. Oh, okay, there you go. It's just for shoulder and hip pain. I'm sure that's all they use it for. I'm sure. Yes. Even got a little dial on there for the vibration feature. Jesus. What does this thing do in combat? I don't think I actually want to know. I hate to think. I'm guessing it's like it's just a reskin of the Overture, you know, the one that makes the big electric hand. I'm guessing that's all it is. But yeah, that's hilarious. Devil May Cry 5 is the gift that just keeps on giving. Also, this I don't know if this is meant to be canon, or because it's mentioning Kyrie, and so it sounds like Kyrie is still alive after Nero loses his arm. So that's nice. Don't really want Kyrie to die. Nero's got enough shit to worry about in this new game. So, the final one is the Gerbera GP01. Here it is. The Gerber is the arm that does the air dash parries and the laser beams. Special Devil Breaker inspired by the legendary creator Shoji Kawamori. I'm sorry, I'm probably messed up that name, I'm sorry. Fires shockwaves from its 5 fingers, which can be controlled freely on the ground or in the air. I'm actually not too familiar with this person because I don't know much about anime apparently. I think they're responsible for Macross and such. Yeah, we don't really know much about this devil arm. We don't know much about most of these devil breakers. Sorry. This one in particular is interesting. It's been mentioned that these arms are not upgrades from arms in the game, but apparently this has slightly different stats. So that I don't know what to make of that. I'm a little worried about that. And then moving on to more of the stuff in the Deluxe edition. Alright, so next on the list is live action cutscenes. Live action cutscenes? What? Alright. Where are they? There they are. Here's a preview screenshot. Changes the in-game cutscenes to the live-action movies recorded during development. Use the options cutscene customize option to change. Available after starting mission 2. That's interesting. So I figured maybe they're just showing up the mocap versions of cutscenes, you know, the motion capture. But it doesn't sound like that's what it is. We actually have a picture. We actually have a little quote from Matt Walker, the producer of the game. So I actually put it on screen. This is actually from the Devil May Cry subreddit Discord. Yeah, this is what he said about it. The live action cutscenes are literally live action versions we did before the mocap, so we can get an idea for camera blocking and cutscene length. It's a quirky thing we've done at Capcom for years, but I think this is the first time we're putting it in a game. I'm super psyched. You'll be able to view them in the gallery or in place of the cutscenes in-game. So that sounds like a really weird, fun thing, and I can't wait to see it. That sounds exciting. That's just that's a nice, goofy thing to put in a deluxe edition. I like it. Yeah. Alright. What was next on the list? Battle music. 12 tracks from Devil May Cry 1 through 4. Alright, this is pretty cool. So there's 4 3-packs, one for each of the 4 DMCs, not including the reboot. Doesn't look like they put any reboot music in here, unless you're counting Dante's battle theme. Okay, so Devil May Cry 1. The songs they've got are Public Enemy. Actually, I'm going to play these songs for you, in case you don't remember which ones they are, or if you're not familiar with them. The Public Enemy is this one. This is the first battle theme in all of Devil May Cry. So it's pretty iconic. It's good that it's here. The second one is Ultraviolet, the Nello Angelo boss battle theme. Now, they say it's Ultraviolet, not Super Ultraviolet. Super Ultraviolet is the version that plays in the 3rd Nello Angelo boss battle, while Ultraviolet is from the 1st and 2nd battles. Bit of a shame because I like Super Ultraviolet a bit more, but this version's still very cool. Ah, yeah, that's cool as hell. Yeah, that's awesome. And then we've got Lock and Load, the original Lock and Load, Dante's 2nd battle theme. I like this song a lot. Yeah, that's cool. That's the DMC1 songs. Very good choices, I think. Oh, and it says you can change the battle music using the gallery jukebox option. So it sounds like if we do end up stuck with Dante's theme, there's an official way to get rid of it by just picking one of these songs. Hopefully they do replace it though. Hopefully you don't have to buy the deluxe edition to get around that. It's funny, when they announced the deluxe edition, I took one look at this and I thought, oh, that's you can change the battle music. That was rushed in there to make sure that to get around this current controversy. I thought it was like a last minute thing. I don't think it is anymore though, because like they've given us a proper song list and music licensing. Like you kind of have to. It's a bit of a mess. You don't just slap something like this together. So I think this was pre-planned before this controversy happened. That's my thoughts on it anyway. The DMC2 songs. Alright, so DMC2, I actually really like DMC2's soundtrack. I'm a little disappointed with their music choices actually, but these themes are still fine. There's just themes in number 2 that I like more. So we've got Dante's first theme, Far Away. Not bad, not bad. Then we've got Lucia's first battle theme, Wings of the Guardian. I quite like this one actually. And then we've got Dante's second battle theme, Shoot the Works. I was quite surprised by this one. I figured maybe they'd have a boss theme in here. Let's see, Shoot the Works. This one's pretty good actually, I like this one. Yeah, I like this one. It's a shame that we don't have Bust the Beast. I like Bust the Beast a lot. Like, this is Bust the Beast. Where's the part I like? Yeah, this part. Yeah, it's awesome. And Assault. Oh, it's a shame we don't have Assault. But it's fine. These songs are still pretty good. And then, of course, moving on to DMC3. We have the first Dante battle theme, DMC3. Where are you? You are here. Of course they have this one. This is pretty iconic for DMC3. You kind of have to have this one. I actually didn't like this song when I first heard it, but the more I played the game, the more I loved this theme. But I like it quite a bit. So I'm glad it's here. Then we've got Virgil Battle 2, the Virgil boss battle theme. So this is from the second Virgil battle, of course. Virgil 2. It's cool. This is my favourite of the Virgil themes, actually. It's my favourite of the Virgil fights, too. That worked out pretty nicely. Yeah, it's a good one. And then we've got Devils Never Cry, which I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that one. Yeah, that's a fantastic song. It's funny, someone was tweeting at me when we were discussing Dante's new battle theme. Someone was saying, all I want is Devils Never Cry. Well, here you go. They heard you. They heard you. That's just pretty funny. And then from DMC4, we have... Just want to listen to this for a little bit longer. Okay, I have to stop listening to this, or we'll just be sitting here listening to this for a while. So we've got The Time Has Come, Nero's first battle theme. Or Nero's battle theme, he's got one battle theme. I like this song a lot. I actually like the latter parts of the song more though. Once you get past the first verse. I find as Nero, the more fights become prolonged, the more awesome it is, because the latter parts of this song, I love them. Alright, yep, okay. I have to stop. Alright, so second we have Dante's battle theme. Lock and Load, the Blackened Angel mix. Where is that? Here it is. So this is a remix of Lock and Load from DMC1. I like that it's a remix of Lock and Load. This song's grown on me more over time. I've never really liked the lyrics of this one. They're kind of weird. But, yeah, this part's cool. What's nice that that's here. That's Dante's battle theme from 4. And then we've got a boss theme. We've got Sworn Through Swords. Burial's theme. So that's cool. I love this song. So that's a pretty cool selection of songs, I think. Some very good choices overall, I think. There's some minor changes I would make, but I think we all have minor favourite songs that aren't in here. Yeah, I think we all have like minor things we would change about this track list, but overall it's a really good track list, I think. That's very cool. You get to customise. I don't know if you get to customise it by character or what. Alright. those are the songs. Next we have alt style rank announcers and title calls. This is an interesting one. Like, all of these are interesting in their own way, but I really like this one. So alt title calls. Alright, so this changes the title call voice. That's kind of vague. I don't really know what that means. I'm guessing it says Devil May Cry here, so I'm guessing this changes the voice from the title screen. I'm guessing that's what that does. When you start at the game, it's Devil May Cry. I'm guessing this changes that voice, so I wonder what it changes it to, though. Is this... maybe it's the characters saying it or something? I don't know. It's probably just some really minor thing that I probably shouldn't get too excited about. The other one, the alt star rank announcers, this one... So remember when I mentioned that I think the voice crying out "Savage" or whatever, I thought it sounded too much like the reboot? Well, here you go. I can change the voice that says that. I'm really hoping it's Nero or Dante saying it. That would be really cool. But, you know, I shouldn't get my hopes up like that. It might just be a different voice. Yeah, I can't wait to hear them to see what they sound like. That's a cool little cosmetic thing to include in a deluxe edition. And what else do we have? Oh yeah, Dante's Cavalier R weapons. That's the name of his motorcycle weapon. I'll close that. Cavalier R. So this... that's a different skin. Looks pretty cool. So it's a version of the Cavalier weapon Dante acquires, which has been customized by Nico for Dante's use. Its instantaneous output has been increased, and its appearance matches Dante's thematic colour. It can be used in-game after acquiring the Cavalier, so it's not an early unlock of that weapon. This part, I don't know what to think of this part. Its instantaneous output has been increased. What does that mean? Hang on, let's put on another song. That one finished. Let's put on more of these songs that are in the... let's put on Devil's Never Cry. I'm sure people want to hear that one. Yeah, so what does this mean? Is this... it makes it sound like it's an increase. Like it's just a stronger version of the weapon. But, let's see. Matt Walker, again, the producer. He said on Discord a few things about this. Let me just find the picture. And click. Oh, wrong button. Click, there you go. So about the Deluxe Edition Devil Breakers, they're not upgrades or anything, just bonus content. Okabe-san set the stage early on so that anyone who bought the normal version of the game would have the full experience. So we created the Deluxe Edition content as bonus stuff fans will get a kick out of. So that's it. Weird. It's not an upgrade. Yeah, so there's some theories. Maybe it comes with all of its moves unlocked versus the normal version. Maybe that's all it does, or maybe it's just flashier. Maybe the moves look flashier. Actually, that's what I'm expecting. Maybe the moves just look a bit cooler. Hopefully that's all it is, though. He was talking about the Devil Breakers there, but I assume he also meant the Cavalier skin. Because yeah, he said anyone who bought the normal version of the game would have the full experience. That is kind of a weird quote though, with the Mega Buster seemingly being a unique Devil Breaker that's only in the Deluxe Edition. We'll have to just wait and see once we get our hands on these weapons here. It's a strange situation. Okay. I think that's all of the Deluxe Edition stuff, isn't it? Yeah. What do I move on to now? I have a whole list of things to talk about. Oh my god, this video is going to be so long. Okay, this one's important. So, when these store pages went up, there was something a little bit interesting on them. Online multiplayer, online co-op. So this was listed on It was listed on the normal version of the games page as well, but it's actually been removed since then. I'm certain it was here before, but they've removed that. And it's on, here's the PlayStation Store. Network players 2 to 3. And here's the Xbox Store. Online multiplayer 2 to 3. Online co-op. Yeah, so they removed it from the normal version of the DMC5 page on Steam. But it's still on the Deluxe Edition page, and it's still on these two. The Capcom had a statement on it. I cannot find that article again, though. I should have saved it. There's so many articles I've been looking at. Their statement on it was something like, we are committed to giving a good single-player experience. We have not announced any multiplayer features. Yeah, their official statement was something like that, which, as far as statements go, that's how you make a statement without actually saying anything. I mean, they said they're committed to the single-player experience, so that does mean something, that single-player comes first for this. But we have not announced any multiplayer features. That just means they haven't announced any multiplayer features. That doesn't mean it doesn't have multiplayer. They didn't say, no, it won't have multiplayer, or yes, it will. They just said we haven't announced it. That's all they said. So so it seems like one of two things has happened. It's possible actually that when they submitted whoever was submitting the information for these store pages, it's possible they just used a different game as a template and they forgot to change this. But I don't think that's likely because it's network players 2 to 3. 3 is a weird number for multiplayer. Normally games are their multiplayer like 2 people or 4 people or more than that. 3 though is a strange number. How many games have 3 players? I know they exist. But 3 fits Devil May Cry 5. 3 playable characters. Dante and Nero V. It just fits too well, I think. So I don't think that's what happened. I think one of two actual possibilities, I think, is that they did plan on having co-op at some point, and maybe it was axed at some point in development, and this page was just made of outdated info. And yeah, maybe they just couldn't get this working well in time. So that's entirely possible. On Virtual Battle 2, there we go. The other possibility, of course, is that it has online co-op, and they just, whoops. I guess people know now, whoops, and they're going to officially announce it later. So I'm hoping it's that one, because online co-op would be kind of cool. I don't know what it would be like if it would just be like a side mode, like in Bayonetta 2. Maybe you play the Bloody Palace with 3 players. I wouldn't get my hopes up for having full co-op for the whole campaign. That would be cool, but I wouldn't get my hopes up for that. It'll be awesome though. Yeah, so that's a little fire that Capcom had to put out. Oh yeah, the co-op. Sorry, the pre-order costumes. I have a picture of those here. Yeah, so there are costumes for pre-ordering. Now there's 5 costumes. Oh, my hard drive went to sleep. Hang on, gotta wait for it to wake up. Wakey wakey. There you go. That picture's way too big. There we go. Got 5 costumes. Yeah, Dante and Nero get costumes, and so does Nico, Lady, and Trish, but not V. That's interesting. I would think that V would get a costume, seeing as he's one of the 3 playable characters. That's weird. But yeah, we got some cool callbacks to previous games. I mean, Dante's costume seems like a callback to Reboot Dante, which is kind of funny. Nero's, I think, is Kratos. Yeah, I don't know what Nico's is. I feel like I should know this. I feel like yeah, this colour scheme's reminding me of something, but I actually don't remember what it is, so I feel like I should know what this is a reference to. By the way, these are pre-order costumes. I would be pretty surprised if they weren't available to buy after the game comes out. You know, it's just pre-order stuff. It's like what happened with 4 Special Edition, which we got some costumes for Trish and Lady for pre-ordering, and now you can buy them separately. So it's that. I'm still surprised there's no costume for V. Very weird. Anyway, that's that. I didn't really want to talk about this next topic, but I think I have to because it's just blown up over the past couple days, unfortunately. The microtransaction controversy. So there was an article. I don't know if this started at GameSpot, but it's kind of gone everywhere. That there's going to be microtransactions in DMC5 to purchase red orbs. I expected this since the game was announced because it's what they did with 4. 4 Special Edition, sorry, is what I should say. There you go, here's the DMC4 Special Edition. Yeah, and they sold microtransactions for it. They sold, you could buy blue orbs, you could buy Proud Souls, red orbs. And you can even unlock all modes or buy super costumes. Which I don't really care about this kind of stuff. It's just early unlocks. It's just for if you don't have much time to play games, but you've got a lot of money, so you just want to pay to unlock stuff to try them out. So I mean, I expected DMC5 to have this stuff, so I was really surprised when I woke up one morning and the internet was just on fire with, oh god, DMC5 has microtransactions. I was like, oh, of course it did. Yeah. The question, of course, is if the microtransactions mess with the game balance, which the producer, Matt Walker, has gone on record saying no. The game is balanced like it was, like DMC4 SE was. You should not have to buy red orbs. So that's, I've got some quotes from him. Actually, let's look at his Twitter. This is Matt Walker, the producer. He's been just really trying the past couple of days to put out this fire. Really telling us that, you know, it's balanced like DMC4 SE was. Yeah, exactly. Just purchasing red orbs like in 4 SE. It's balanced the way all the other DMCs have been. And there's a tweet here I really want to point out. Where is it? It's here somewhere. It's one of these. Ah, here it is. Thanks for your tweet. If the media put the whole recording online, you'd find that we already explained that the game is balanced as DMC always has been. So he's strongly implying that whoever initially put that info out there, which I don't know if that's GameSpot or somewhere else, he's strongly implying that they left that out, that information out. Now, I'm not really normally one to complain about games journalists and stuff. I'm not really one to do that. But fuck that. And I don't really swear much these days. I try to keep my channel more family friendly. But fuck that. If that was intentionally left out just to stir up this big controversy, that's really, really shitty. No, it's possible Matt's lying here or exaggerating. That's possible too, and that would really suck. But, you know, either way, there. Something really shitty has happened here, basically. It stirred up a pretty big controversy that I don't think is worthy of being a big controversy. Like, I have zero concerns about DMC5 requiring microtransactions to get through it or anything. I mean, I think you're just going to be able to buy red orbs if you want to buy all the skills early. Yeah, like in DMC4 SE. Actually, I would be surprised if... yeah, I would be shocked if they didn't actually let you buy all the mode unlocks and the super costumes. And maybe even blue orbs and purple orbs. I would be surprised if you couldn't buy those in 5. Because, well, apparently some people buy them. Not really sure why, but some people do just want to unlock all that stuff without I guess, running around collecting blue orbs. They don't want to have to play through the game a bunch of times to unlock all the difficulties. You know, that's fine. If you got limited time, but this is just early unlock stuff. That's all I was ever thinking this was going to be. So the fact it's been completely blown out of proportion just makes me really, really sad and really kind of frustrated. Especially, there's all these headlines about, oh, Devil May Cry 5 will let you upgrade your characters with money. And I saw someone mentioning loot boxes and stuff. Like, oh my god, calm down. Oh my god. Like, Jesus. Yeah, I'm really frustrated about what's happened the past couple of days. Here's actually another quote from Matt. Microtransaction. This one's from the Devil May Cry subreddit Discord again. So it's my first time using this studio mode in OBS, so it's a bit slow for me. Sorry. But yeah, glad you guys are feeling a little more reassured about the being able to purchase red orbs. We figured people would understand when we explained that it's just like DMC4 SE. Was a bit disappointing when articles went out and my words were edited together differently than how I said them. Guess that's just how the world works though. Either way, it's easy to be concerned about something when you don't have all the information and understandable. So yeah, he's reiterating that that stuff was misrepresented by journalists. And again, he could be exaggerating here to cover Capcom's, but we don't know. Either way though, I completely believe that DMC5 won't be bad about this kind of thing. What else do I want to use as a source here? I looked at his Twitter. Yeah, he's just been tweeting so much trying to get this under control. Check out his Twitter actually, it's pretty good. And then there's a great article by Jill Shockers. These are people who got to play the DMC5. They got to play a build where they played as Dante and they played a whole mission, and they're giving us some actual numbers about how many red orbs they got and how much stuff it actually cost. And it's all very reassuring. So unless Capcom changes the numbers before the game comes out, then it seems like it's going to be fine. Like the abilities compared with the amount that you get seem pretty normal. There's like this one weird, really expensive thing that's apparently an out of combat thing, so I don't know what this is going to be. Maybe an ability to run faster, maybe a taunt or something. Not sure what that's going to be. But either way, I'm really not worried about the microtransactions in the slightest. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the game will come out and we'll find out that they've rebalanced everything to make you want to buy red orbs. If that happens, I will be right there with the pitchforks, wanting them to rebalance it. But until that happens, I really see no need to get so worked up about this. This isn't loot boxes preying on people with gambling addictions or anything like that. It's just early unlocks for people who want to unlock everything right away. For people who have way more money than time for games. And that's fine, you know, if someone wants to just buy the super costumes and buy tons of red orbs and buy tons of holy waters and spam those to get through stuff, I really don't care. Does anyone actually care? I don't care. Play the game how you want to play it. It's a single player game. Unless there's online co-op, in which case it's still co-op. You know, this isn't a competitive thing. So, yeah. Those are my thoughts. I think that's all I need to say on that, I think. Kind of a shame. I didn't really want to talk about it, but I keep seeing people getting upset about it and concerned. So it's a real shame that this became such a thing. So I don't think it really deserved to. Especially if Matt's telling the truth and they were deliberately misrepresented. Yeah. So let's move on. This next topic is a lot lighter, shall we say? Bananas. So this is a I believe it's a skin for one of Nero's Devil Breakers, and I think this is Japan exclusive. This is an Amazon Japan exclusive actually, called Monkey Business. It's like you can get a bunch of bananas which is absolutely hilarious. I think this is a skin for Helter Skelter, and again we'll have a look at his Devil Breaker soon. Oh my god, this video is so long. I haven't even gotten to Dante's gameplay yet. Alright, let's try and speed it up a bit, eh? Yes, I think this is the skin for Helter Skelter. And speaking of, let's go check out their official website, which has been updated. Got some cool footage in the background from the trailer. Deluxe edition, Dante information. There's not much new information on this page. I'm just reiterating some new stuff. We've got nice new art for Dante here. Nothing too new here. But I believe if we go to more, I think that's when they show off. Yeah. So we've got 5 character pages, so we'll go to Dante's first. Strongest Demon Slayer. So there you go. It's official, he's stronger than Nero. At the moment anyway, since Nero lost his arm. And if we scroll down, it talks about his weapons. So, Rebellion, Ebony Ivory, and Coyote A, the shotgun from DMC4. Rebellion's looking pretty familiar. Everything's looking pretty familiar here. A little bit more info. His beloved sword, left to him by his father Sparta, swings his blade around with ease despite its massive size, allowing for a dense flurry of sword slashes. And Ebony and Ivory. Rapid fire pistols designed by Nell Goldstein. It was Goldstein, wasn't it? Not Gold. Yeah, Goldstein, I think. The legendary gunsmith, assembled by Dante himself. Each gun has its own faculty, accuracy and speed respectively. That's interesting, I actually never knew that part. And Coyote A, a shotgun modified by Dante to wield in the fight against demons. Outstanding power in close quarters, more than makes up for its lack of speed, so pretty familiar stuff here. But then they actually talk about his new devil arms. They've got Balrog, the new flaming gauntlets and greaves. Devil arm made for melee combat, brimming with the sealed power of the King of Firehell, the King. Remember, Burial from 4 was the Conqueror of Firehell. This is the King. It's got a kick mode, unleashes powerful kicks, and blow mode allows for nimble maneuvers. Kind of a weird name. I guess it's referring to like body blows, I don't know. Make use of either mode to crush demons with ease. You can see it's got real impact. I'm glad real impact is back. I love that move. And there's like some really cool maneuvers here. It's got like some, yeah, this kind of boxing stance here with the fast punches. I really like that. I like that the gauntlet weapons are looking different this time, rather than just being kind of the same kind of slow charging thing from previous games. I think that's cool that they are mixing things up here. I think the gauntlets could use a bit of a refreshing. That's awesome, and especially because this weapon seems a lot faster than previous gauntlet weapons, and this weapon seems slower. Cavalier. Motorcycle. This seems like it might be the slowish weapon this time. Like these weapons, these moves seem kind of like they're prolonged. I mean, I know it's a motorcycle, vroom vroom, it goes fast, but yeah, moves like that seem like they're, yeah, that takes a little while to do. So it's a lot more about committing to attacks, maybe. God, it looks so fun. Yeah, Cavalier. I remember that the name of that demon from that new boss fight from the trailer. Its name is Cavalier Angelo, so you know, there you go. Heavyweight weapon, born materials infused with demonic power, lay on the pain with its spinning wheels in motorbike form, or hefted around by the handlebars, the pair of massive twin swords. Dante can even attack from the driver's seat. I'm not sure what they're referring to with that. Maybe he can shoot his guns while he's driving? I haven't seen that happen yet, but that would be cool. Yeah, the bladed wheels and sharp ram-like protrusions grind demons to bits. And then Sparta. Yeah, he uses Sparta as well. The blade wielded by the Dark Knight Sparta, sharing his own name. The incredible power dwelling within allows his blade to choose its own user. Interesting. This sword was once used to seal away the Demon King Mundus. Yeah, he will get Sparta as well. Oh yeah, and they have a little segment on his devil trigger. Dante's lineage allows him to tap into the power of demons through a process called Devil Trigger. The Devil Trigger DT gauge fills in battle. Activating DT transforms Dante into his devil form. Yep. In this form, Dante gains enhanced power and recovers vitality. Activate in a pinch or save it for formidable foes ahead. How you use this power is up to you. And yeah, then they've got that song if you want it. Yes, that's Dante's loadout as far as we know so far. Ebony and Ivory, the shotgun, and you've got these 4 devil arms. It's a pretty solid loadout, I think. It looks really cool. We'll see some actual gameplay pretty soon. First, let's go take a look at Nero, though, because there's some new info for Nero. So at PAX, after Gamescom, they actually unveiled a bunch more Devil Breakers for Nero. I'm actually feeling like they unveiled too much, actually. I feel like maybe we didn't need to know this much, but we've seen this stuff. This isn't new. And here we go. 8 Devil Breakers is what we know about now. 8. I feel like they didn't need to reveal all of these. I hope this isn't all of what he gets in the game. I'm hoping that there's more exciting things, but this is already a lot of Devil Breakers. Now, let's just put on some more music. Maybe I should just put on Devil Trigger now. I'll put on some more DMC4 music for now. Yeah, so these are the ones we knew about. Overture and Gerber. Overture is the big electric hand, and Gerber is the lasers and parrying dodges things. Yeah. We've got Ragtime, the slow motion one. Crafted from special materials obtained from a powerful foe. Create special force fields that warp and slow the flow of time for all within them. Convenient for taking on multiple foes at once. The utility of this Devil Breaker varies based on your playstyle. Sorry, I had to drink some water. Punchline. So this is the Rocket Fist. Rare demonic materials give this Devil Breaker jet propulsion power, packing incredible destructive force behind each blow. The arm can detach to fire in autonomously, during which Nero can ride it. Slam into demons in this mode or for even more damage. They're mentioning rare demonic minerals. What did this one talk about? Special materials from a powerful foe. So it sounds like he'll get this from a boss. The Quicksilver kind of ability. Not sure about Punchline. Maybe from a boss. Yes, that's the Rocket Fist. The Buster Arm, which we did know about that one. That's the one that lets him do busters. I love how the look tries to recreate the old Devil Bringer. Tried to recreate Nero's lost demonic arm, resulting in a powerhouse capable of throwing enemies with devastating force. This brute strength comes at the price of reduced durability, but the chance to toss around massive demons is well worth it. We've got Helter Skelter, so this is the drill devil arm. I remember in the second trailer there was a move, I wasn't sure what it was, and I think it was a souped up version of this. Like this big drill dash kind of thing. But yeah, he stabs demons with a drill. Pretty fun. The Helix of Sharp Metal gives this Devil Breaker incredible penetrating power. Spread its blaze to pulverize unlucky foes. The Tomboy. Soup up your sword or gun by linking them up to this Devil Breaker. The boost in power comes at a loss of control, so handle with care. So yeah, you can't lock on while you're using this thing. So you get powered up attacks. I like how it powers up the sword or the gun. That's cool. Not sure what I think about the no lock on, so I'll have to try it out for myself. And Rawhide, that's the whip one. This beauty was crafted out of demonic metals, unfurling into a metal whip of impressive length. Use Rawhide to increase the power of your smash technique. That's interesting. Yeah, so now we kind of know about a lot about Nero and how he plays. I mean, we haven't seen all of his moveset because, I mean, he's got a Devil Trigger, obviously. We don't know how that's going to work. So we don't know how that works, but I feel like we know a lot of his moveset. So I kind of wish they haven't unveiled all of these, but maybe they have even more surprises in store. We'll have to see. Okay, we'll look at these other character pages first, but there's more stuff about Nero I want to look at. These other character pages, they're not, there's not much info on them, they just look at the new character art. And we've already seen this info. It's nothing new. We've got Trish and Lady, their new designs. I kind of like her description actually. Fickle by nature, the exact nature of their relationship remains a mystery. So I like how they're playing up kind of how weird their interactions are. And they've got, they look different now. Because they're using face models in DMC5, so that these models are like scanned from actual people. So they do look different than they did in past games. All of the characters, I'm getting used to them all. They all have like an adjustment period for me. But I think I'm used to all of them now, actually. I've gotten used to Lady and Trish. I'm used to Dante. Dante's look completely works for me now. Especially with that artwork. Which we'll go back to in a second. Yes, there's not too much info on Trish and Lady, just a little bit of background stuff. But yeah, this artwork for Dante. I mean, that's Dante. I mean, come on, that's Dante. So yeah, his looks totally working for me now. It's only really V now. He looks a bit weird for me. He's kind of hitting a little bit of Uncanny Valley vibes for me, but I'll get used to him too over time. So that's the website stuff. I think that's all I wanted to show on the website. Yeah, now we've got the website manual, which this was the manual that was intended for people playing the Gamescom demo. They've actually updated this control guide though. There's a couple new things in here because the demo that's at Tokyo Game Show, the playable demo, it's still Nero, it's still the same mission, it's still the same boss. But now there's a couple more devil breakers to use there. So I'll go find those. Yeah, the initial demo only had 2 devil breakers. It had Overture and it had Gerbera. But now it's actually got Punchline, an armoured arm with propulsion power. Use it to restrain enemies, ride around, send demons flying, and more. So you launch it like a rocket. Press B after launch to call it back, and then hold B when it returns to ride it. While riding it, press buttons to do tricks. Jump off of it or blow it up. You can ride it longer at higher stylish ranks. This is all very cool to know. There's blah blah blah. Ride it like a guided missile. Yeah, so we could watch it. Yeah, so you punch him and you leave him with a crazy arm to attack him. That looks pretty fun. Interesting momentum on that enemy with how it moved. Yeah, and then you ride it and do tricks, and just like in the trailer. Yeah, that looks super fun. So yeah, that's actually playable that was playable in the Tokyo Game Show demo. Now this figure, that's the one with the dash and lasers. The Buster Arm. See, look how much that looks like the old Buster Arm. It's definitely evoking it very nicely, I think. Now the song, I'm running out. I'm having to manually do these songs quite a bit. I think soon I'll just put on Devil Trigger and put that on repeat. That's the easy way to do it. There's Dante's battle theme, and then we'll put on Devil Trigger. There it is. Yeah, so it recreates Nero's Buster attack. Turns into a giant arm surrounded by a force field. The Neo Buster. Press B. Packed with power, but being attacked while executing the move will cause the Buster arm to shatter. So that's interesting. Some nice risk versus reward. Busters in DMC4 were actually very strong. The only real risk for them was, you might get hit while you're doing it, and that'll cancel the Buster, and you'll take a little bit of damage. But now there's also the added problem that the Buster arm will actually break if that happens, so you do have to be more careful this time. I think that's a nice way of balancing it, actually. And then we've got the breakage move, the ones that you charge it up and then you lose the arm. So that's the Overture. So Punchline. So this was pretty cool. Unleashes Punchline's propulsion potential in a haymaker punch. That's pretty cool. You got like the jet coming out the back. It kind of reminds me of Gilgamesh. And there's a lot of rocket arms. I assume that it's reminiscent of, but it's very cool. And you can see the arm actually keeps going up into the sky. It like rockets upwards, and that's where it goes. That's why you lose it. Yeah, if you watch closely, you'll see the arm fly off. And then it goes to the moon or something. See ya. That's cool. And then the Buster arm has the Super Buster. Blah, blah. Attacks won't cause you to flinch while this is activated, making busters easy to execute. It breaks after one use. This one's got audio. Yeah, so that looks like his Devil Triggered busters from 4. So you're guaranteed to lose the arm after that one because it's a breakage move. But it sounds like you can't get interrupted out of it. It's kind of cool. Stronger Buster. Once again, I'm wondering what on earth Devil Trigger is going to be for him, since he's got a lot of replacements for Devil Trigger mechanics in his base kit now. I'm really curious what they do with Nero. Yeah, so that's everything new here, I think. Alright, next on the list. There's a nice screenshot of Dante using Sparta that I wanted to show. Which one is it? That one. Also, it was confirmed at one point that Nero will be able to, when you're playing as Nero, you will be able to reorder your Devil Breakers in the start menu. So you can make them come out in a different order. So you can set that up. That's pretty cool. And yeah, here's a picture of Dante using Sparta. So Sparta's design looks pretty gross. Look at all that. Oh, it looks really great in these graphics. Yeah, I like that a lot. He's got like ribs sticking out of it. Whoa. Sparta looks crazy now. Alright, so that's that. Okay, now, Dante gameplay. Dante gameplay has come out, and I'm an hour and 16 minutes into this. Oh my god, we haven't even got to Dante gameplay. Let's try and get through this. There's a ton of Dante gameplay out there. I'm not going to show it all. Oh, yeah, so the first gameplay actually showed up via IGN. They put up 15 minutes of Dante gameplay, and then they took it back down. I watched it before it was taken down. It was speculated that, well, maybe they just uploaded it too early. But actually, it seems like maybe they showed something they weren't supposed to show. You see, they showed the boss fight, which is fine. But at the end of the boss fight, they showed a cutscene. A whole cutscene of the boss's defeat. That was very spoilery. It actually revealed a pretty big story thing that I don't think we're supposed to know yet. And yeah, they've actually re-uploaded that video now without that cutscene. That cutscene's been edited out, so I haven't watched that whole video yet. I think it's the same video, but it doesn't have that cutscene anymore. So that's pretty much that's an accidental leak, basically. So I'm not going to talk about the contents of that cutscene, unfortunately, because I really want to talk about the contents of that cutscene. But I classify it as a leak. We're not supposed to know it yet. I don't want to spoil stuff, because yeah, there's a pretty big story, possibly 2 big story reveals in that cutscene that I don't want to give away. And I kind of wish I hadn't seen it, actually, because yeah, it does give something away. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, and I'm sure some of you have seen screenshots and stuff from it, but yeah, I won't cover that, because I've decided not to cover leaks and stuff, because I'm trying to avoid them myself as well. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, there's a lot of Dante gameplay out there. This is some gameplay from Capcom did a stream for Tokyo Game Show. They did 2 streams, actually. They showed very similar gameplay in both of them, though. So let's check it out. But it's in Japanese. I'm turning down the volume because I'm going to talk over it, because it's all in Japanese. There's been some nice translations for some of what they're saying, so that's nice. But yeah, they're showing off some Dante gameplay. So you can see he's using Rebellion here. This is interesting because sometimes he's using Rebellion, sometimes he's using Sparta, and I think they have the same moveset. They look like they do to me. So I'm thinking Sparta might just be a reskin of Rebellion, which is kind of a shame. But you can see Dante, he plays like his DMC4 version. He's got the style system. I don't know if it's still mapped to the D-pad. But he's got Trickster, Swordmaster, Gunslinger, Royal Guard. He can swap on the fly. He can swap weapons on the fly. There's Round Trip. We've got these cool lizard enemies. There's a lot of enemies that they've shown so far, like a ton of enemies. I can't even list them all. I've forgotten some of them. There's so many of them though. It's very exciting. We might have a huge enemy roster this time. I would like that. Yeah, so Gunslinger. So the shotgun and Gunslinger seems to have some pretty cool moves this time. Like there's like a slide move where you fire the shotgun as you're sliding towards the enemy. Yeah, it looks like there might be like a whole shotgun combo kind of thing. I don't know, the shotgun seems really nice this time though, especially with Gunslinger. We've seen our Rainstorm. I don't know what else Ebony and Ivory have with Gunslinger. I hope they have more. I've always felt like Ebony and Ivory Gunslinger moves weren't very strong, so it would be nice if Ebony and Ivory got some love. Yeah, we can still air trick with Trickster. I don't know if there's still the triple dash. I hope the triple dash came back for number 3. And there's the Dance the Card from 4. Got the big home run swing. I don't know if distorting is a thing. We don't know that yet. I'm hoping it is. It was a cool mechanic for Dante. Yeah, so Royal Guard is a little different this time. It still has perfect guards to do. It still makes like that great sound effect if you do a perfect guard. But it sounds like if you miss the perfect timing, it sounds like you might not take damage, but you don't get as much rage energy. That's what it seems like just from looking at videos. And the Royal Release is different. You don't do that cool dash forwards, which is a shame. But you do this other move instead when you do a release. I'm not really sure what to think of Royal Guard at the moment. Oh my god, there's so many cool enemies to fight. These things look reminiscent of some of the Angelos from 4. And speaking of Angelos, there's freaking Nero Angelo as a normal enemy. What? So cool. Look at these punches. Oh, it's great. And then real impact. Yeah, this game's looking great. And that dash backwards that just happened, I don't know if there's this. I'll try and look at that again. This is a very long video because this is part of a huge stream that had other games in it. The player did like a dash backwards. I don't know if that's a trickster move or if it's part of the Balrog moveset. And yeah, they have mentioned that Balrog is partially a reference to Balrog from Street Fighter, who is called M. Bison in Japan. It's a whole confusing thing. But there's a lot of Street Fighter reference here. I wish I played Street Fighter so I could actually tell you what they are. I'm just kind of going by what other people have said. So it's pretty neat. Yeah, that dash. That's interesting. I wonder if that's a trickster thing or. Yes, I think that was the release there. Let's listen to that actually. I can get a good time code for it. You can kind of hear it. Yeah, some really nice gameplay. So Dante's looking like he did in 4, but he's looking more fun because his weapons just look more fun. I'm happy with that. I'm happy that I don't know who I prefer more between like the DMC3 style and the DMC4 style of Dante. Yeah, the fast swapping it gives him such a huge skill floor and skill ceiling. Makes him hard to play, but also DMC4's he just felt kind of weak in DMC4 in general compared to Nero. And the game wasn't really designed around him, so if they can fix if they fix that problem, like bosses and enemies being designed around all the characters properly this time, then I think Dante will be amazing this time, especially because his weapons look really cool, really fun to play. Alright, so now they show a boss fight. He's going to fight the electric demon from the trailer. There's a lot of footage of that fight out there at the moment. It seems like a really cool fight. It'll start up soon. I'll just let it play. Yeah, again, this is a friggin' long video. Skipping to certain parts of it is hard. Yeah, so he fought this boss on the previous stream as well. So there's two different variants of this boss fight that we can look at. And yeah, there's tons more footage out there of Dante as well. Yeah, so here Dante's using the Spada. I don't think he uses Spada very much in this fight. Also, this is in English, this cutscene.
そうなんですよ。しれっとね、もう魔剣スパーダ背負って魔剣スパーダのプレーも初めてお見せできると思うんで。
That costume looks a little big. I thought you had better taste than that.
ねさあ物語は一体どういう流れでスパーダを使うことになってるんでしょうか。
It talked over a lot of it, so it's hard to hear the dialogue. Yeah, there you go. Cavalier Angelo. Voltaic Black Knight. There's a lot of Angelos this time. I'm really curious to see the story stuff that's happening with Angelos. Yeah, they use a little bit of Sparta here, but mostly they show off the new gauntlets and greaves, and they show off the motorcycle. It looks like a very cool boss fight though. Yeah, there's banter between Dante and the boss, just like there was for Nero, so that's great. That's a great new feature. I love it. This boss is huge. Look how tall it is. Looks very tall. Turn up the volume a little bit. I've seen a lot of people do this boss fight. I'm waiting for someone to try and jump guard this move. Try and hop guard it. Oh, you can interrupt it. Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. Yeah, there's the release. Actually does look kind of cool. I will miss the dashing release from 3, that was fantastic. But I could get used to this. Also, you can glide. That's cool. Not sure if there's any special moves you can do while gliding. That would be nice. Don't know. Yeah, it looked like they didn't lose health from that failed guard. That would make Raw Guard more accessible if you don't lose health for messing up guards. But it would also, it seems like you get way more rage energy, if that's still what they call it, for doing actual real proper guards, perfect guards, Raw Guards. So that's a nice way of making it a bit more accessible while still giving better payouts for people who are good at it. Yeah, some people probably won't like it being more accessible. I'm fine with it as long as it gives good payouts for if you're good at timing the guards. But yeah, I'll have to just try it out and see how it's balanced, see how it all goes. Kind of early to make judgments and stuff like that, I think. For me, anyway. God, that motorcycle weapon is so awesome. Yeah. So yeah, they did another. They did yeah. That was actually the second stream I just showed. They did a first one where they had that boss fight again. I'll only show a little bit of it because we just saw the whole thing. But this is a different. This was played live, so this is slightly different. And then, he uses Sparta a bit more here. You can see it has Prop Shredder. We'll go back and have a look at that one again. Yeah, that's Prop Shredder. Yeah, don't really think that Sparta and Rebellion are just going to be different skins of each other. Which is a bit of a shame. But hopefully there's... Well, I think they've said there's more Devil Arms that they haven't shown at this... Or that they haven't shown off yet. I think that's what they've said. So that would be very nice. Yeah, the shotgun looks so awesome this time. Oh my god. This game just looks so fluid. It's definitely got less. It's definitely less vibrant and less colourful than 4, which is a shame, I think. But the new art style just looks really nice. Yeah, it just looks wonderful in action. Alright, so there's tons of Dante gameplay out there if you want to see it. There's lots of returning enemies, there's lots of new ones, there's so much footage out there. Just like search Devil May Cry 5 Dante gameplay and you'll find tons of different recordings. There's even like a different level that I've seen. Yeah, different levels shown off. You can spend a while watching that stuff if you want to. But if I sit and watch that stuff, we're going to be here for hours more. So we've been an hour and a half. Yeah, so I think I mentioned this before, but in some of this gameplay footage has Dante's theme song replaced with Devil Trigger, and some of it has the theme song that was released earlier. So it's just down to time and what build of the game that they're playing. Yeah, there's actually a Japanese dub as well of the game this time. From what I've heard, DMC4 Special Edition is the first DMC game to actually have a Japanese dub. And then this game has a full Japanese dub as well. Oh, and there's going to be customizable loadouts for Dante. Which picture is that? That one. This is... I don't know where this screenshot came from, actually. It's been surfacing all over the place. I can't figure out what the initial source of it was. But here's a pause screenshot. Interesting things in this screenshot. So we've got... it's mission 11, for starters. I heard that the mission that Nero plays through in the demo is mission 2. And then the playable demo at TGS and Gamescom. And then this is mission 11 for Dante. So that's interesting. And yeah, on the bottom right there, we've got equipment. And there's like 4 slots for swords and 4 slots for guns. So you can like reorder them or unequip ones you don't want to use. You can have like a small slim down loadout if you want. Or you can have like a big crazy loadout with 4 devil arms and 4 guns. That sounds really cool. But just having that choice, setting it up the way you want, that sounds really great. Also, along the top there, you'll see there's a 1 out of 4 with a purple thing. Seems like that's a devil orb fragment, or purple orb fragment, to get more devil trigger. That's an interesting addition. Quite like that. Yeah, so that's a interesting screenshot. What other screenshots haven't I shown you? I think I've shown almost everything. Oh yeah. I don't have footage of this, but apparently Dante's air taunt is the ecstasy rose throw from Lucifer from 4. Yeah, he throws the rose, and it seems like it might actually knock enemies up as well. That's a really interesting air taunt. I like that. Yeah, Dante's gameplay is looking amazing. I can't wait to play this game. Yeah, we don't know what V's gameplay is yet, but I'm really interested to see what they do with that character. Okay, so I think that's all I wanted to say about Dante's gameplay. There's some nice translations from different interviews to look at. So let's go over those quickly. Turn that off. Okay, so first of all, DMC5 info, their Twitter is amazing. You should go follow them. They're working their butts off to translate things. They translated a Famitsu interview. I won't read it all out, I'll just point out what I find was interesting. So the Gamescom demo was very hard to get an S rank in. Only one person got it at Gamescom and 2 people got it at PAX. Then at TGS, they actually, because the TGS build is actually a different build, you know, it's got the 2 more Devil Breakers in it, and it was easier to S rank at TGS. So they rebalanced the difficulty there. Itsuno wanted to have a motorcycle weapon. He's wanted to have that for a while. He wanted it in 3, but he couldn't do it. But now he finally gets to implement that. That's cool. Not much new here. Asked if there's a connection between V and Nico, as they both have tattoos. Itsuno laughed and says he looked forward to being able to talk about it. And the design philosophy behind V is that Itsuno wanted a slim and well-read character to contrast with Dante and Nero. That's interesting. And then there's an interview from Dengeki Online, also translated by DMC5 Info. Each mission will typically have a fundamental character that you can play as, but there will be places in a stage where you can freely select a character. Okay, so that's interesting. It sounds like you might not be able to play through the whole campaign as whatever character you want, but there'll be parts where you get to pick. That's good enough for me, I think. You can choose how many weapons you want to bring with you. Oh yeah, the chronological order for characters' involvement is V, then Dante, then Nero. I don't think that's referring to what order you play as them though. Yeah, Itsuno likes having 2 devil arms and guns. That's interesting. Oh, there's a discarded idea for Dante to have him figure skate. That's amazing. I'm just thinking of Bayonetta at the moment. That would have been hilarious. I can see why they didn't go through with it though. Also, I love this. Okabe loves Balrog. He said that when he saw a scene of Dante weaving attacks in blow mode, he thought, this game will sell well. Yeah. That's a very business way to get excited about things. I'm not sure how to pronounce it actually. Balrog or Balrog. I googled and it sounded like it was Balrog, so that's how I'm saying it. Apologies if I'm saying it wrong. A Devil Trigger uses up less of your gauge now, but the trade-off is that you cannot replenish your Devil Trigger with items. And we saw them picking up white orbs. So it sounds like Devil Stars no longer exist. And there was somewhere else where it sounded like Vital Stars no longer exist either. So that's kind of strange, and that's interesting. They're kind of overhauling what the items are going to be like. They had automatic dodging in the automatic mode, but that was too overpowered, so they removed it. Yes, that's some really good info from DMC5 Info. I think that's everything from there. And then finally, there was some translations of the Capcom streams on Reddit. This is done by a Nored1 on Reddit. There's a lot of little details here. V fights demons by using his cane and books. Got the name of the demon tree. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Sorry, I'm not going to try. Itsuno's inspiration for creating Nico was his weird fetish for being scolded by bad girls. Okay, TMI. Itsuno said the script of DMC5 is super long, almost twice as long as a telephone dictionary. Ooh. A lot of little details. You should just go check out this post. It's a pretty good post. Right here. Yeah, it's no get Royal Guard will be easy to use than before. Royal Release will not be Dante's strongest attack. I wonder what Dante's strongest attack is going to be. Maybe real impact, or maybe something we haven't seen yet. Also, yeah, so this Gerber will have slightly different stats. That's Gerber GP01. That was the Deluxe Edition version. Oh yeah, it's fun. Yeah, so Matt said that it wasn't going to be an upgrade, so I don't know what to make of this, honestly. I'm a little concerned about this. I'm not concerned about microtransactions at all, but I'm concerned about this. So I'm guessing it's just a side grade. I don't know what that means though. I guess we'll find out. Find out what that actually means later. Okay, so that's all that info. A couple of final things before we close this out. A couple more things from Matt in the Discord. Almost everything. Ah, yeah, this one. So the most controversial thing that Matt said. Get ready. Dante and Lady dating is not canon. Went out of his way to say that at the stage today. Sorry, Dante Lady fans. They're not dating, apparently. That's sad. Honestly, though, I wouldn't mind seeing Dante and Nico.
Whoa, you are the infamous Dante. My grandmother is Nero Goldstein, the gunsmith that made all your fancy weapons.
That would be cute. Anyway, I didn't remove the image. Sorry, but you got to hear the dialogue. And the last thing I want to point out is to do with the possibility of a demo, like a public demo. In terms of a public demo, all I can say is what Akabe-san said in an interview the other day. We're always thinking about our fans. So no official confirmation of a public demo. Honestly, my thoughts about a demo, I would be shocked if they didn't do a demo. So Capcom, they're one of those few companies that still does demos for their games. They did demos for remember they did a demo back in the day for DMC4. I remember playing that before the game came out on my 360. That was pretty cool. That doesn't mean they're still doing demos today though. But they did. They do a demo for every Monster Hunter world, every Monster Hunter game, or a beta. They did a beta for Monster Hunter World. Yeah, they do demos for all of those. I think they do betas, open betas and closed betas for their fighting games. I'm not sure. I don't follow their fighting games. You could say, well, those are all multiplayer games. They're just testing their servers, making sure they work. Sure. A lot of companies do that. Battlefield has betas. Call of Duty has betas. Overwatch had betas. You know, all multiplayer stuff seems to do betas now. But Capcom did a demo for Resident Evil 7. That's a single-player game. And they did a demo for Mega Man 11. Another single-player game. So yeah, Capcom still usually does demos for single-player stuff. So I think we should give them shout-outs for that, because doing demos is not an easy thing to do. I'm just going to get some music playing, actually. Yeah, Devil Trigger. Yeah, people really want demos for everything. And yes, I mean, it would be great to have demos for everything. I completely agree. But from what I've heard, just talk from developers, is demos, they're not that easy to do. You don't just slap together a demo. You have to make like a separate build of the game with like very customized content in it. It comes with risks. Maybe you'll remove too much and the demo will crash because you remove some asset files that it needs. Maybe you won't remove enough and people will data mine it and find stuff. Does anyone remember was it the Pokemon Sun and Moon demo, I think, that Game Freak did? And they didn't remove everything that they intended to, and someone data mined it and found pictures of all the Pokemon. So we knew the entire Pokemon roster before the game was released. That was like a month before the game was released or something. I think it went like that anyway. I think it was like that. So those are risks you run into when you do demos for stuff. You have to make sure you've covered your bases. You have to make sure it runs without crashing because you didn't cut too much out. If there are last minute bug fixes, you have to figure out if you're going to get those into the demo build or not, which ones are important, which ones aren't. And yeah, it could get data mined and have big things come out that you didn't intend. So making demos is not a trivial task as far as I know, from what I've heard. You know, I'm not a developer, I'm just going by what I've heard. I listen to like the Bombcast and stuff a lot from Giant Bomb, and they're kind of frank about what they hear from developers about this kind of stuff. Yeah. So they still do demos, and that's really cool, especially for like PC games, for us needing to test games out. Yes, the demo, usually they release demos like about 3 to 4 weeks before the game comes out. So I'm expecting a demo, but not until like early to mid-February next year. That's a fair ways away, but I'll be very surprised if they didn't do one, or if it came out before then. But yeah, that's what I'm expecting to see it. And I'm just going to guess it's just going to be Nero playing through that mission that they have at Gamescom and TGS. I'm assuming it's just going to be that. I don't know what Devil Breakers it will have in the demo, but that's what I'm assuming and hoping for. If they have like a Dante demo as well, that would be very cool, but I don't think we should try and expect that kind of thing. We should just set our expectations and see if they get exceeded. And I think it'll be on the PS4 and the Xbox One. I have no idea if the demo is going to be on PC, because well, they released a demo on all 3 platforms for Resident Evil 7. They didn't for Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World was a weird situation because the PC version came out later. They should have done a beta for the PC version so they could fix those connection issues before that went live rather than afterwards. But yeah, they didn't do a demo or beta for the PC version. And then Mega Man 11, actually, I believe there's a demo on Switch, PS4, and Xbox One, but not on PC. I'm going to check on the Steam store if that's gone up. But last I checked, there was no demo on the PC version. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a demo yet. So that's weird. I don't know why there's no demo for the PC version of Mega Man 11. That's very strange. So yeah, I don't know if there's going to be a PC demo for DMC5. Their PC demo track record is a bit more spotty, which is a shame because PCs are where you really need demos to test your performance, see how your computer can run it. So I hope they do, but I'm not going to expect it so that I don't get disappointed. But yeah, I'm expecting it to be at least on PS4 and Xbox One though. Again, this isn't official word, this is me speculating based on what Capcom have done in the past. Maybe they won't. But it would be cool if they did. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. And, oh, let me just check my list. This has been so long. I was so nervous doing this video because there's so much to cover. It's kind of insane just how much info we had over the past, 4 days? It's been a roller coaster. An absolute roller coaster. Jeez. Yeah, so we had controversies, major and minor. We had like accidental leaks from IGN. It's been a bit of a ride. I think it's settled down now since TGS is over and the info is slowing down now. So I think we're just about done now. Okay, yeah, I was just checking my list to see if there's anything I forgot to talk about. I think I just wanted to say a couple more things about the demo. Let me just turn that up a bit. I think I just wanted to point out how because they tend to release demos like a few weeks before the game comes out. The demos are not really aimed at us. They know us fans are going to buy the game. They're aimed at potential new buyers. That's why they do it so soon before the game comes out. I think it's because, someone who's bored doesn't know what to buy next. It's just checking out the PlayStation Store or the Xbox Store and hey, there's a demo for that Devil May Cry thing. That seemed kind of cool, and then they play it and and they get excited, and the game comes out soon, and they buy it. That's what the hopes are for these kind of demos. So it must be pretty successful for Capcom for them to still do it. Yeah, and if you release it any earlier than that, you run the risk of the person playing the demo and then kind of losing interest after a while because they picked up some other games. That's why they do it in that time frame. I'm guessing. I'm just speculating based on when they release it. It would be nice if they gave us an early preview, but I'm not going to expect it. I'm expecting it early to mid-February as a demo. And yeah, I could not be sold harder on Devil May Cry 5. I am so excited for it. I've now seen pretty much everything I actually wanted to see. I just wanted to see some Dante gameplay and to find out how he played in this game compared to previous games. So that question's been answered. He plays a lot like 4, but hopefully his weapons are more fun and the game is more designed around him and all 3 characters. Hopefully he doesn't feel like he's just kind of slapped into a game that wasn't his. Hopefully he melds more well with the enemies and bosses. So that hopefully it's a lot more fun to play him in this one. That's kind of all the last thing I actually wanted to know before the game came out. We still don't know anything about V, or much of anything about V. There's speculation on his playstyle based on an old leak. I won't bring that up now because that might turn out to be true and I don't want to give that away. I'm assuming they're going to do some reveals for V. They haven't said when the next reveals are going to be, so I'm not sure. I'm assuming they're going to talk about V before the game comes out. I'd be fine if they didn't, though. I'd be fine just picking up the game and just playing as V and going, whoa, what's this? And just trying out things and being excited. So yeah. I've pretty much seen everything I want to see about 5 until it comes out. I'll still watch trailers, though, because I'm a total sucker. Yeah, so that's DMC5. It's looking really amazing. It's looking like my dream game. Hopefully it's as good as it looks. Hopefully we don't have repeated levels and stuff. Oh yeah, I was going to mention Virgil earlier on. So I really don't think Virgil's going to be playable in this game. Like there's a lot of hopes that he'll be unlockable after you beat the game or something, and that would be very cool. I agree, that would be very cool. But I'm not expecting it at all. Because there's already 3 playable characters in this game, and DMC playable characters are they have a lot of depth and they're very different. You don't just copy-paste stuff between them. Like Nero and Dante are so different from each other. And I mean, we can assume that V is going to be different again, hopefully, anyway. Yeah, so just adding another playable character like that that takes a lot of development time. It's not as simple as just spend a week adding Virgil. It's probably a lot longer than that. Yeah, so I'm really not expecting Virgil to be in the game. Especially with online co-op being 2 to 3 people, and not 2 to 4. Because, yeah, if it was 4, then 1 could be Virgil. I don't know. So yeah, I'm really not expecting Virgil to be in the game, and I think we shouldn't get our hopes up for it. If he does turn out to be in the game, but playable, sorry, is what I meant. If it turns out to be playable in the game, that would be amazing. But as it is, I'm just kind of... I'm expecting him not to be. I'm expecting either him to be DLC or a special edition several years down the road. I'm hoping it's just DLC, because I think we're all kind of tired of buying special editions. Yeah. So hopefully they actually take a page from the Reboots book, where they had a DLC campaign where you played as Virgil. So that would be cool. That's one thing they can definitely copy over from the reboot, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. So yeah, those are my final thoughts. I'm really excited for this game, and I can't wait to play it, and I'm going to stream the heck out of it when I get it. So thank you all for watching. I'm not sure if I'll do any more analysis videos. Depends on how much they release. I mean, they'll probably release the info, and I'll probably watch the trailer and probably do another video, won't I? It's going to happen, isn't it? Anyway, this is the longest video yet. There was a lot to cover. I'm certain I missed things. I'm certain I didn't cover things very well. I'm sorry if I missed anything important. But let's end this video now. Thanks all for watching. I'll see you all later.